Alright, so we're doing the wheel on my 04 KTM MXC 450. This is the rear, of course. I had popped the bearings already out, the old ones out. One side was completely destroyed. But I wanted to go over this because this seems to not be ever spoken about, which is actually a common problem apparently, because I go to find out that a lot of people go through this. So we're just going to get this straight right off the bat. So you pop the bearings out and you put the new bearing in. On one side there's going to be a clip. You can kind of see the clip there on the inside. Once you pop that out, you pop the old bearing out and you put the new bearing back in, you put the clip back on. Okay, now that right there, that little guy right there is your sleeve. And that goes on the inside, and that's the bearing to the other side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this. I'm going to flip this around for you. I'm going to show you something. Now remember, the other side has the clip. So when you go to drop your spacer back in here, this is funny because you get a better angle at this. The spacer actually sits above where the race has to sit on flat on the outside, which meaning that this part right here has to sit flat inside of there. And then the center part, of course, this point here lines up with the spacer. Now if you go to punch this thing back in there, what ends up happening is that this spacer in the middle is just about a fingernail width higher than the lip. So when you go to put it back down on there, all it does is it basically, well, you mess up the bearing, and well, it'll ride for a little while until it destroys itself all over again. So, and like I said, you know, it's sitting up above it. So here is the deal. Now make sure you do have your correct bearings that you are putting inside of here. And mine are absolutely correct. I'm going to take this right here over to the lathe. I'm going to trim it down. What I did was I'm measuring the distance between from the inner lip here for where the race has to sit and the other side. And that will give me the overall length of what this actually needs to be. Now, just for a little shorthand shortcut, if you were to actually measure this right now, it wouldn't be a whole number. It would be off. Like, instead of being 120.5, it'd be 120.27 or something odd. And, you know, the numbers are never added up like that. So, but like I said, just to do it right, you need to measure. Take this little guy to the lathe and trim it down, and then you can go ahead and put it all back together. Install the bearing, pack back down, put your races back on. So if you ever run into that problem, that is the issue. Thank you.